guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking it outside on my deck and I am going to enjoy the weather and share a little video with you guys. So today I wanted to talk about a little topic that we all want to know about, women, men. We just want to know how to get a skinny waist. And there are some tips and tricks and tools you can use in order to get a skinny waist. But we do want to first address that genetics. So obviously some people do tend to carry less fat because of their genetics in their abdominal area, and because of that they are able to have more visible ab muscles with what seems to be less work in the gym with their diet, and they tend to have just that natural ab six-pack. Now for most of us that is not the case, and we do need to work at it to get a six-pack. And it's okay, you know, just because you don't have a six-pack does not mean you are not worthy as a person. So we need to relax with the whole I need a six-pack 24/7 type of thing. And I'll admit I am like that at sometimes. I have my weak moments and I'm like, man, I don't feel shredded today. But you know what, then I have to think, like, I remember when I'm shredded. When I'm shredded, I am low calorie, I am really strict with my diet, and I don't mind doing that because I do love eating clean foods, I love eating whole foods. But you know, sometimes you do want to have a margarita with your friends. Sometimes you want to eat a snack, you know, that isn't necessarily a whole food, and that's okay. You do have to realize that the more you do incorporate those kinds of foods and alcohol into your diet, the less likely you're going to have a six-pack and, you know, visible abs. So that's just something to keep in mind. So with that being a segue into the first tip I have is, you hear it all the time, you can't out-train a bad diet. So in order to have a nice visible six-pack, hard abs, strong core, you really do need to clean up your diet. And to put it frankly, it's really just eating whole foods, natural foods, really eliminating the processed junk that you see in the stores all over. Even eating out can really be a detriment to those goals, especially if you're trying to have abs, because eating out can have a lot of hidden sugars, salt and fat, and if you are counting macros, you can't necessarily count every single thing that is in a restaurant in a certain meal, because a lot of high-end restaurants and stuff don't necessarily have every macro to the T to that portion size. So it's something to keep in mind. That's why there are easy, healthier tips to incorporate when you are eating out to still eat a healthier lifestyle, but it might not be ideal if you want that visible six-pack. You do want to stick to natural whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains. I like to think of whole grains, of course, whole wheat bread and wheat wraps and things like that. They do count as whole grains, but if you're sticking to a natural whole food plant-based diet, really I like to think of the whole grains being what comes from the ground. So that would be leaning more towards eating different rices like quinoa, just black rice, amaranth, barley. All that is grains that come from the ground, and they're not processed into a type of bread products such as wraps or bread. So really trying to stick to those kind of carbs and natural starchy carbs like corn and potatoes. They would be way better carb sources than the still processed kind. So fruits, vegetables, you got your carbs and starches, of course your proteins, whatever that may be. If you're not a plant-based or vegetarian or vegan, obviously you have chicken and fish. You do want to try to stick to leaner meats. I know that those meat eaters out there will attack me about red meat, but you know what, that's your preference. I do recommend, if you are going to eat red meat, I personally tell people to eat it seldomly, but if you are to eat it, try to stick to the healthier versions, which, as you will see on they're not really nutritional labels, but they do tell you on like ground beef, like in the store, it'll have a little percentage, like 90-10. And now 90 means it's 90% lean and 10% fat. So you want to stick to the left number being as high as possible. So 95.5 would be ideal because it has less fat. And the reason why I say this is because fat in meat and dairy and any animal product is saturated fat, and that is really bad for the blood lipid levels in your body. It can lead to a lot of long-term diseases, and I really don't want that for you guys. So I want you guys to live long, have a happy, healthy life, and so that's why I strongly discourage people eating meat. But like I said, I am plant-based, so if you are interested in being plant-based as well, really it just means that most of your food is whole foods. You don't really eat that much meat. So for instance, every once in a while I eat eggs because they're a good source of protein. They have a lot of benefits to women as well because of the different vitamins in them. So I'm not going to beat myself over eating eggs, but I do follow a plant-based diet, mainly vegan, other foods with the exception of eggs. So that is the #1 way to get abs, is a clean diet. Now, to diet, one other thing that's really important to keep in mind is water and fluids. So you really want to make sure that you are drinking a lot of water, and really just water, not, I mean seltzer can kind of count too, but not the flavored waters with all the colors and additives. You want to get fresh, pure, clean water that you can drink a lot of. It's really going to help detox your body. A lot of the times this is a lot of toxins that build up in our core or anywhere where there's excess fat. It's a lot of toxins that we need to cleanse, and water really helps to do that to the body. There are also ways that you can drink more water that makes it more enjoyable, such as fruit-infused water that you can make yourself, cucumber water. Adding these kind of fruits and vegetables and herbs like cilantro in water will add different health benefits, but also you will get a lot of the benefits from water. My favorite drink, I do love cucumber water, but lemon water is my go-to when I'm trying to detox. So many health benefits, and it really is just a refreshing way to get that water in that is also has a little bit of a flavor, so you're not always bored with just drinking water. But water helps de-bloat. The more water you drink, the more hydration your body gets, and so anything extra it kind of pees out and gets rid of, and you sweat it out, so that helps to actually lean you out and not have you bloated, especially, which we tend to get bloated more in our midsection area. So water is our second tip. Drink a lot of water, stick to natural water as much as you can. The other thing I wanted to talk about is ab exercises. So obviously that sounds, you know, self-explanatory. Everybody's, of course, you need to work your abs, but there are 2 different kind of ab exercises and different ones for different goals. So if you want to build your abdominal area, the muscularness, I can't say the other word, musculature, I can't say it. Anyway, you want to build the actual muscles of your abdominals, you need to use weighted exercises, because just like any other weight, like your biceps or your back, you need to use extra weight and get that progression overload in order to build those muscles. For instance, if you're a bodybuilder, or depending on the sport that you do, if you require a lot of ab movements and contractions and need a strong core, building those muscles with weighted movements would be your best bet. However, when you build muscles, as you can see with people in bodybuilding, you get bigger, you get more massive, and you can do the same thing in your abs. So if you want a skinny waist, weighted exercises aren't the best thing to do, because like I said, they build the muscle, so it'll give you more of a thick waist. Now on the opposite end, you can use body weight exercises. There are a bajillion out on the internet. I post them all the time too, and you can use weighted exercise. You can use non-weighted, body weight only exercises for your abdominals, and that really helps to cinch that core and make it toned, but not adding all that extra weight where it's going to build the muscle, but it will tone and strengthen your core just by using your body weight itself, or no weight at all. And these are really great exercises that can help to build a skinny waist, because you're not adding that bulk around your midsection area. So that would be my 3rd tip, is to stick to body weight core exercises for a skinnier waist. So my last tip to get a skinny waist actually has nothing to do with diet or your core. It's about the way people perceive you and the way you look with the balance of your body. Now what I mean by that is your upper body and your lower body. So if you build your upper body, if you build your lats, your shoulders, your back, your biceps, as as you can see that here, I look a lot wider and narrower. Whereas if somebody doesn't build this part of their body, it can look all kind of the same shape. If you build muscles in your upper body and in your lower body, you create bigger muscles up here and down here. This really gives you that hourglass figure just by perception of what other people see. They see that you're wider up top and bigger in the bottom, so they automatically think you have a skinnier waist, because you technically do, because your waist is skinnier than the other parts of your body, the way you worked them out, the way you trained them to look and develop. So incorporating the other things as well, building your upper body with a program, building your lower body with a program, doing those low impact body weight ab exercises to tone your abs, so they're not just, you know, you're all muscular and flabby. You still want to have a toned abdominal look. And then having a clean diet, drinking lots of water, that's really how you're going to get abs. I mean, I know it sounds, you know, pretty simple when you say it all together, but that's really all it is. The number one thing I need to stress and really tell you guys is, don't rely on getting abs through a freaking pill. You're not going to get abs through just popping fat burners in your body. You're just not, okay? One, all you're doing is filling your body with more toxins and just more man-made chemicals to try and mess with the hormones in your body to help you lose fat. You may lose fat on some things but it's because they're manipulating your body with manipulated chemicals and just whatever the manufacturers do to try and do that for you, rather than you just putting in the friggin' work and doing it yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but these are tips that will help you get a skinnier waist. And I can help you guys out too. If you have any questions, comment below. I would love to hear your questions. Email me always. I always have programs I would love to individualize and custom make to your individual goals. So you can do that at Natalie@bodybyboss.com. And check me out on Instagram at NattieBossFit and NattieBoss_nutrition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I know it's a big topic out there, having that skinny waist. And those are my professional tips on how to get a skinny waist. See you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.